Welcome to the finish line with So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today I want to get quilted my one big block Lemoyne star. I'm going to be doing some straight line quilting, very little marking. Most of it is going to be done with ruler work. Once I have my basic marking lines, I'm just going to be able to do the entire thing without having to remark. I will be starting in the center of the quilt, and I'm going to go all the way around, continually going around, duplicating my star, and then I'm going to do some shadow quilting on the outside. This can be done on a domestic machine, but I'll be sitting down at my Q20 today. Let me show you the lines I'm going to get marked, and then we can get to the machine. So for this big one block Lemoyne star, I want to do some straight line quilting. I want to duplicate the pattern that is already here. So my quilting will be a big star for the center, and then it's going to shadow quilt these outsides. I will need a straight line from the center point, joining up to this point, and straight down. I'm going to be using a charcoal marker, and that way I can just brush it off afterwards. And it's as simple as drawing that straight line. And I will do that to all of my points. But I'll give you an idea on how I'm going to quilt this. I do want to duplicate a star in the center going out. So I will be starting on one of these seams, and I'm going to do a star, get to that same seam, travel up, do another star, hit the same seam, travel up, and continue to duplicate this star. And just traveling on that same line means I will not have to cut threads. So for this, we will need a straight ruler, and of course, the foot that needs to go with the rulers. For the first row, I will be setting a measurement. I do want to start in that center and go out, but I want all of those straight lines equal. So for the point where we have that large point, I'm going to measure up 2 inches and put a mark. This shorter seam, I'm going to do 1 inch. The long seam, I'm back to 2 inches. So I'm going to continue those marks. 2 inches, 1 inch. 2 inches, 1 inch. The short seam has the small number, the large seam has the larger number, and you can do whatever numbers you want. Those marks are going to be where I place the ruler. So the ruler, when I'm sitting at the machine, is going to go at that 2-inch mark and that 1-inch mark. The foot does give us an extra 1/4 inch. So I'm going to be able to stitch until I hit a seam, turn that ruler to that mark, stitch up, turn the ruler, and stitch. The stitching is not going to be on the marks we made. The marks we made are where we're going to place the ruler. Once I have those first marks made, I won't need any other markings. I'm going to use the ruler that does have some measurements on it, and those measurements on the ruler will go on top of the stitching line. So then the foot will run along the edge. I'm duplicating or shadowing that very first line I'm doing. So that is how I'm going to start this center. From there, I'm going to be able to just continue going all the way around using that previous seam with the ruler. This particular ruler is from Quilter Select, and it does have measurements on it. We can get a ruler that is still a straight ruler, and instead of measurements, it has lines. So we could just choose one line and go with that line. So it won't matter what ruler you use, we just want to maintain some straight lines. Once I get the star done, for these center pieces, I'm going to shadow quilt. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to use this outside shape and quilt around it. So I will start here and stop at all of my markings and go all the way around. But I will be using a straight ruler. The first one, I will go right along the seam, and it's going to run around. The next one, same idea as the first one. I'm going to put the lines on the ruler on the stitching lines. I do have this quilt sandwiched together with some Hobbs fusible batting, and that way I did not have to worry about pins. And I'm going to use the soft white cotton thread from Hobbs. It is the color cream, and the thread is called Caro Quilt. And I have the matching bobbin for my machine, so I don't have to wind it up. So now that I have just those markings along the edge, I'm going to be able to take it to the machine. I have a 2-inch mark, a 1-inch, 2-inch, 1-inch. So I'm going to place the ruler on one mark and have it come to the other. When my needle hits a seam, I'm going to be able to stop, relocate the ruler, stitch back up until I hit one of the markings, move the ruler. So I'm going to make this star all the way around. So to quilt this, we can go clockwise or counterclockwise. I have those 2 marks lined up with that ruler. Now I can just stitch until I hit this drawn line. Stop, rotate that ruler. The needle is already in the right position, so I just need to put that ruler against the foot and that 1-inch pencil mark and stitch until I hit this seam. Once I've hit that drawn line, keep the needle down and go to the next seam. The ruler's lining up and then up. What we want to do is stop and start right on either a seam or this drawn line. And I'm going to show you what the star looks like when I'm finished. And we have that perfect little star in the center. So I'm going to travel along this seam. I'm going to be able to take this ruler and put it on one of those stitching lines. I'm going to follow the same idea. The needle is one marking, my drawn line is a second mark. When I get to this area, the next line will be my seam. We can also do that with a ruler that is not marked, but that has the little lines on the back. Put that seam against the line on the ruler and stitch, stopping at that seam. Rotate that ruler, finding that little tiny star point. Stitch up. And continue stitching all the way around, following those stitching lines so they're right straight on that ruler. And we're going to be able to go all the way around to where we started. I now have that second star done. I can trail along here. Stop, and I'm going to be able to use all of those last rows of stitching as marks on the ruler. So it won't matter what ruler you use. What we're doing is following each of the last rows. And we're always stopping and starting on our drawn line or a seam. So let's go around one more time. One more star is done. Travel up to whatever measurement that you want and keep going until you finish off these points. For this last stitching point, I'm going to use the seams of these points, which means the foot will stitch a 1/4 inch to the inside. So travel up to that 1/4 inch and then just follow this edge. So I've stitched the entire star. I'm going to continue this star pattern all the way around. Now I did have those lines come right off of the edge, so I still have a stopping point. So I can travel down a 1/4 of an inch, put my ruler along the edge, and continue stitching around. As we quilt around the star, we will eventually come off of the quilt. And that's okay, we can just come right off on that batting. What we will be able to do then is stitch these areas on their own. So I just continued following one of the measurements on the ruler. So we're going to have big triangular pieces on the side and the big squares on the corners where all the stitching is going to come off of the end. And that's fine. We're going to be able to just start off of the batting, come up and go over, and just stitch until all of the corners are done and all of the triangles are done. I would recommend though that we keep all of these the same for each corner and each triangle. If you do a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then 3/4, you should do that on all of the corners, just so that it does have that balance. So it was very little marking. We had that one mark down the center. We used the seam as a guide, and we started with these little marks right in the center to give us our points to go out. And when we look at it from behind, we can really see that star pattern. So we're going to just keep going around, shadowing one line after another. I do like to start in the center and go out, and that way my batting and my layers stay together nice and smooth. This is definitely a fun way to quilt the Lemoyne star. I'll put a link in the description to the video where I did make this quilt, and thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe and come on back. Let's see what we're working on next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.